another video. Today is going to be the day 120 update. Kind of crazy, I can't believe it's already been 4 months since I started this account. And just kind of going in with where we normally start these videos. Right over here, we've got day 120 popping on up. And then as far as what's going on with the account, I did hit level 70 yesterday, which was kind of right on my initial road path. I am up to 1 mil, a little bit over. So again, I kind of managed to increase the power level once again, kind of by about 100k, which seems to be more or less kind of the pace I've been following this whole time. Um, Looking at it here also, you see my symbiotes, so those are kind of fully up and running at this point. Kind of at the point now where my symbiotes are actually able to auto my U7 nodes. Hitting level 70, was able to finish the recommended T4s for the symbiotes. So basically, I have got everything except his basic done on Anti-Venom. Carnage, I have his passive done. Scream, I have her ultimate done. Venom has nothing done, and then Symbiote Spider-Man, I've got his passive, ultimate, and his basic. And as I kind of get more T4s, I might also upgrade some other things on these guys. When you're looking at the infographic, I typically will do the red and the orange recommendations, just because the orange really does increase the team's power, and typically just makes them a really good team. So hitting level 70, I was also able to obviously gain access to gear tier 13. So I am currently working on that. Took Carnage to gear tier 13 first. Quickly, I am working on getting Symbiote Spider-Man to gear tier 13. And then following him, I will then do Anti-Venom as well as then Scream and then actual Venom. Interestingly enough, this whole quick path to level 70 has kind of created a very unique situation for myself, and instead of actually starting Dark Dimension 1 first, I believe I will probably be in Dark Dimension 2 prior to doing Dark Dimension 1, which is, definitely a little flip-flopped. So right now it's kind of a race between my symbiotes as well as my Pimplane. Pimplane is not as close to 13 as the symbiotes, but I'm thinking right now, with just the way the kind of characters are looking, I've got a very good possibility that my Dark Dimension 2 team might be Carnage, Symbiote Spider-Man, Anti-Venom, Ghost, and then Emma Frost is actually kind of my rounding up possible fifth candidate. So I'm kind of just keeping that, playing it by ear, and as I'm getting gear and whatnot, I'm kind of making those decisions as I go. Ideally, I would like to go in with a just like full team, but I'm also not going to wait to enter Dark Dimension 2. Just because I don't have, a full symbiote team or the full Pimtech team. So again, that's just kind of a very organic thing that I am just kind of keeping an eye on. In the background, I am also still working on the AIM train and getting those shards up to Dark Dimension 2 level. It'll be kind of interesting. I think what might happening for the AIM train is I actually think I'll be taking an AIMtron for Dark Dimension 1, which is definitely a very unique thing. But so if I unlock Ultron, and I pass through Dark Dimension 2 twice, I get him to 7 stars. So there's a strong possibility I will be taking AIMtron into Dark Dimension 1, which should definitely be interesting. Second thing I'm also kind of working on is, I'm at the point now where I can actually start farming some of this gear tier 13 gear. So what I went ahead and did is I have cleared up to certain campaign nodes, and that's kind of what I've been focusing on right now. I got to Villains 7-3, which gives me some of those the superior MRIs, which my symbiotes need. And then currently, I am actually also working towards getting to Nexus 8 and 9. Kind of for a couple reasons. Mainly again because it does give me a second node to to farm these superior MRIs, and it also does unlock some characters that I eventually will plan on farming down the road. So this has also kind of created a unique situation in I am trying to, get to these nodes, and this one in particular is Kree and Asgardian. So kind of what I've been doing on that is I have kind of stopped. Because again, my symbiotes don't need any more purple gear, so I'm actually right now working on my Kree Asgardians to hopefully be able to get through that Nexus campaign. So currently, I'm working on gear for Captain Marvel as well as Minerva, and then I'm also doing Thor, Loki, and Hemdall. Is kind of who I'm kind of trying to gear up, and basically what I'm doing is I'm only gearing them enough so I can get to that node. I don't care if I just like one star the nodes to it. It's just really about getting to that spot. Um, Once I get to the Shield Brotherhood or X-Men, it's definitely going to require some thought on my part. I'm honestly not too sure what team I will be using for that yet, but again, that's probably still a little bit of a ways away. So that's kind of where I am campaign-wise. Just kind of working on getting to different campaign nodes that do have gear for the symbiotes. After I get the MRI ones done, another node I probably am going to have to farm is these superior isomers as well as the superior phosphates. I do have a nice supply of phosphates so far built up, so hopefully that won't require too much. And so that's where that is. In the store, kind of the same thing. I'm just going in here, and I haven't done my purchases obviously yet for today, but I am going in. I am buying any orange gear that is required either by my symbiotes or my Pimtech team, and just kind of keep that well stocked. I'm also going in and I am buying purple gear that is required for any of those teams that I'm also working on in the Blitz store. I haven't spent my Blitz credits yet, but I'm still just going in here and I am just basically opening up these Blitz orbs. I'm not at the point yet where my roster can actually support doing war refreshes just because I barely have 8 full attack teams as it is. But so, I'm just going in here, I'm opening up these Blitz orbs, and then based off of whatever character I am currently working on, I will open up the corresponding purple orb. So if I'm working on a bio character, which I am with Captain Marvel, I've been opening up these. Again, moving on over to the raid store. Again, very similar situation. I haven't been farming characters as much as I am more farming gear. So again, I'm using these raid credits to get any purple gear that I do need. So these phosphates, tech gear, and I'm pretty stocked on the mystic stuff for the Asgardian, so I haven't needed to buy that as much. Over in my arena store, I am currently farming Hemdall. I will get him up to 6 stars, and then I will probably stop and move over to another character. Haven't decided on the character yet. I'm still kind of believing that Black Bolt will be the first legendary I probably go for, but that still is not something I am directly focused on at this moment. It's definitely just kind of something on the back burner. Other thing, looking at in the war store, still kind of just doing the same thing. Again, looking for any orange gear that I do need, and when there is not orange gear that I need, I am also buying Sif shards, and that again is kind of going into that whole Black Bolt theory. So that's that. In the Elite store, again, still not really worth buying anything at my level. I've just been opening up the orbs. Other things kind of going on. Arena kind of just sitting in that same general area. I'm still managing to stay kind of in the top 50, which has certainly really helped my power cores. Um, in the events, we obviously have the Mojo vs. Mayhem going on, so just have been kind of farming those shards, kind of again doing that 1-9, 1-6, 1-3 in both hard and medium, and then I just farm through the rest of the hard nodes. Currently saving my campaign energy. I have not done my refreshes yet today, as we are getting a bonus XP event today, so just kind of holding on to that until that actually starts. Any XP you can get is always, the more the better. Um, like I said in the raids, we are in Ultima 7 and we're up to Beta 4. So, again, I kind of have really reached a kind of pivotal moment for my symbiote team is that I can actually auto my U7 nodes, which certainly frees up a little time and makes things a lot easier. So doing really good with that. I still have not gotten the symbiotes to the final boss node yet, so I'm not too sure if the minis symbiotes can actually handle the Ultimus nodes. Slowly working my way up there, so definitely looking to test that out. Kind of other things, real time arena. I've just kind of been kind of going through that. Mini is currently at level 69 or milestone 69, so at the 69% mark. So doing really good on that. I do think Mini will finish the whole milestone tier. Probably without any difficulty. And again, the good thing about that is there's a lot of orange gear in here that definitely is going to kind of keep my path going. I'm trying to push myself, and I'm really hoping to be in Dark Dimension 2, hopefully by the day 130 mark, so in approximately another 10 days. A lot of that is going to depend, obviously, on gear, but as of right now, I think that still is manageable. I still go in, I try to do all my dailies, and got about an hour and a half. I'll try to get a couple more of these done today. Um, and yeah, so other things too, Alliance, we are currently at level 43, so I think up another level from the last video. Haven't spent any of my Stark tech, and I do have quite a bit saved up. So I'm actually just going to go in here and max out my skill, and that's just kind of pretty much where it is. So I spend it. I typically, I just save it up. I spend it, once every 10 days. There's really no rhyme or reason. In theory, I really should be spending this kind of more on a regular basis, but honestly, I forget half the time. Just because on Khaleesi, I'm already maxed out, and Dracarys, in order for him to move up to some of the next levels, the Alliance actually has to be at a higher level, so not quite there yet. Other things, kind of just still the same. Blitz teams, still the same 15 teams, no real change there. Level 75, I will unlock the additional Blitz squads. So, really looking forward to that because my roster is at the point where I can support more than 15 teams. And yeah, for the most part, that is pretty much where the account is at. Just kind of progressing towards getting my Dark Dimension 2 team ready. And then also in the background, still farming those aim shards, looking to get into Dark Dimension 1. I really haven't put a timeline in that just because it is so RNG dependent. But I do think that my most likely Dark Dimension 1 team is going to be Aimtron, which would definitely kind of be fun and just a little interesting. So looking forward to that. And then I am currently